Hi, here. So this is my first medical video since my father passed on last year. So it is in his memory. I want to start by saying a very big thank you to everyone for their support financially and otherwise. And also to say thank you to all my new subscribers. I haven't had a chance to thank you for joining the team, the party, the group, the family, whatever you want to call it, you name it. So I'm a family physician. I'm also a UK trained GP. So I work in both places when I can. So right now I'm in Canada. This is my office and I am just going to make my first video. So I want to talk today about something that's really important, that really helps people. If it works well, it really makes you feel full of life. And that's your thyroid gland. So your thyroid gland is just here. So sometimes you find it very prominent in men when you can almost see the bulge there, but most people don't really notice it. It's there silently working away, giving you lots of energy because it makes a hormone called thyroxine. And what does thyroxine do? Thyroxine is involved in cell metabolism. So what that means is our cells have to do their work to keep us healthy, and thyroxine is involved in many of the cell mechanisms and many of the cell activity. But what happens is sometimes your thyroid gland doesn't make enough thyroxine. There are many reasons for that. It could be autoimmune, it could be you've had surgery and had it taken out, it could be that you don't have the right diet for that, so you're not making enough thyroxine. There are many reasons. But what I want to teach you today is to recognize the signs when your thyroid is not well, the thyroid is not working properly. So the thyroid disease, it could be two classes. It could be either underfunctioning, so hypothyroidism, which is underactive thyroid, or the opposite, hyperthyroidism, when your thyroid gland is overactive, right? You don't want any of that. You just want the thyroid to be euthyroid. You want it to function normally. You don't want the over and you don't want the under. But the under is quite common because it causes many symptoms people don't like. So with the underactive thyroid, you just feel very slow, you have no energy, you're always cold. Even in summer, you're like, I'm cold. Everyone's like, what's wrong with you? So there's something not quite right. And also you might find that the skin is getting a bit dry, coarse hair. The textbooks will say coarse, untidy hair. This hair cannot be managed, right? And then there's also constipation and then menstrual irregularities. So you might have excessive bleeding during your menstrual cycle. So these are signs that you could have an underactive thyroid. Now the opposite is the case for the hyperactive thyroid, so the hyperthyroidism. So we just talked about hypo, less active, and hyper, more active. With hyperthyroidism, you are the opposite. So you're feeling hot all the time, full of energy. You can't keep still. Your heart is really racing. If you check your reflexes, they will be brisk reflexes. And you're just on all the go. So people don't tend to report with that because people doesn't like to have more energy. You can wheeze around the place. So that tends to be picked up inadvertently. Now, what's the cause of thyroid malfunction or thyroid under or overactive? There are many reasons. The commonest one will be autoimmune. So basically your body just fighting its thyroid and it's not working as well. But there are other things like if you don't eat enough thyroxine rich diet, so that would be iodine, which is from seafood. If you don't really eat any seafood, you might get a bit of underactive thyroid. But sometimes it's just hereditary, right? Like I said, autoimmune. Or if you've had surgery, so say you had an overactive thyroid and you had some of it taken out, then you might inadvertently become underactive. And the converse is the same. If you had an underactive thyroid and we treat you with the medication to bring it back, because there's no exact science for the medication, we might then make you go into hyperthyroidism. So that is why if you suspect all the symptoms I've listed below, which I'll put in the description, if you think, do you know what, I think my thyroid may not be working, I feel cold, I feel too hot, I have slow reflexes, my hair is unmanageable despite the best hairdressers in the world, and all that stuff, and you feel your skin is dry, your menstrual irregularities, you're really tired. That's one big thing, is tiredness. You just come and see your GP, your family physician. We'll take blood tests. It's not a fasting blood test. Take a blood test and we'll check and see if there's a problem with your thyroid. And when I was a trainee GP, my trainer said to me, Noni, that is the best thing you can tell them that they have. That's in the UK, because number one, it's treatable. And what does the side effects of the treatment for the hypothyroidism is? It gives you more energy. Who's going to say no to that? And again, in the UK, if you're hypothyroid and you get medication, you get it all free. So that's one of the perks of that. So it's one of the best diagnosis to give someone that your thyroid is underactive. Not that the patients see it that way, but you try to make them realize that this is treatable and we can solve it. And the side effects are not bad at all. The side effects are things you really want to have, which is more energy, better skin, and all that stuff, and periods better controlled. And so I don't like long videos, as you probably already know. And this was a bit longer because the tribute to my late father, Paul Ndudinanti. And thank you, Daddy, for training me in medical school. This April will be 28 years as a doctor, thanks to my father's and my mother's hard work putting me through medical school. And all I'm doing is giving back with free, reliable medical information. So if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to share, subscribe, pass it on to someone else. And if you are a resident watching this, because I know I have a few residents, just look out for, always examine thyroid glands, yes? So you palpate and then see they can stick out their tongue. The thyroid gland should move with sticking out the tongue unless it's stuck. And also it should also move with deglutition, so swallowing. You see that? So that's for my residents, but in the rest of you, the first part of the video is yours. Till next time, Dr. Nani, stay blessed.